Hey guys, Gray back here, and this time I'm on the Rift S. Now, I did have an original Rift, I actually still have it somewhere, and I did pick up the Rift S when it came out, along with some Windows mixed reality headsets. And I tell you, after playing so much Quest 2, putting on the Rift S, I was like pleasantly surprised how good it was. And so I thought to myself, why don't I start going through some of these games I've had never played or haven't played in a while on the PC. And so I'm going to start out with this one, 7 VR Wonders. Now, I'm not going to talk through this. I'm just going to try to experience it. So if you've ever wondered what this app was like, you can check it out here. And I hope you enjoy it.
The Lighthouse of Alexandria. Built in the island of Pharos in 290 BC, the Lighthouse of Alexandria took 20 years to be completed and was the tallest human-made construction, only behind the Great Pyramid. If it was built today, the cost of its construction would be over $3 million. The architect Sostratus was responsible for the work and wanted to mark his name under the construction. However, the son of the pharaoh, Ptolemy, mayor of the city of Alexandria, denied his request. Sostratus then wrote his name and covered it with plaster. Over the cover he wrote the name of Ptolemy. With the passing of the years, the plaster began to tear, revealing the writings. Sostratus, son of Desiphanes of Cnidus, to all sailors and God Almighty. At the top of the first lighthouse in the world burned a flame, reflected by a mirror, possibly made of bronze. It is said that the beam of light could be seen at night and the smoke at day, guiding ships as far as 160 kilometers. The lighthouse also worked as an overlook, allowing tourists to climb its 140 meters through a set of stairs in its interior. At its top stood a statue of Poseidon, god of the seas, and in each of its four corners were statues of Triton, son of Poseidon. According to Egyptian records, the lighthouse fell in 1375 due to several earthquakes. Many of its ruins stood there until they were used as part of the construction of a fort that still exists. The name of the island Pharos inspired the Latin word ferro that is still used to this day to represent lighthouses. The Temple of Artemis was built in the town of Ephesus, presently Selçuk, in Turkey, and is a homage to the goddess Artemis, goddess of the hunt, the moon, archery, forests, and hills. The temple was built for the first time around the 8th century before Christ, being destroyed by a flood less than a century later. The reconstruction began in the 5th century and took 10 years to be completed, being destroyed again in the year 356 BC. In 323 BC, its construction began again, bigger and higher than its predecessors. This version was then considered by Antipater of Sidon as one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. The temple was 137 meters long, 69 meters high, and 18 meters wide, had more than 127 columns, and a statue of the goddess Artemis, sculpted by Andoas, a Daedalus pupil. The temple survived for 600 years, and in AD 268, the temple was destroyed by a Goth attack. The columns were used in other constructions, including the Hagia Sophia. The Pyramid of Cheops, or Khufu, also known as the Great Pyramid of Giza, is the largest of the 3 pyramids of the Giza Pyramid Complex bordering what nowadays is El Giza in Egypt. It is the oldest of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, and the only one that still stands today. Some believe that the pyramid was built to serve as burial site during the 4th Egyptian dynasty for the pharaoh Cheops in 10 to 20 years, around 256 BC, initially 146.5 meters high. The pyramid was the tallest structure made by men for over 3,800 years, until the construction of the Lincoln Cathedral in England. Some say that the Pyramid of Giza was built to hold the mortal remains of pharaohs, the rulers of Egypt, and that a part of their spirits, named Ka, would stay within their corpses forever. Certain procedures were made to the body so the pharaoh could execute his new tasks as king of the dead. According to this theory, the pyramid not only served as a tomb, but as a holding cell to all the items necessary to perform this duty. The ancient Egyptians believed that death on earth was just the beginning of a journey to the next world, and the body of the pharaoh was buried inside the pyramid to protect him and allow his ascension to the afterlife. Colossus of Rhodes. Nothing like a boat ride. We are in the Aegean Sea, something common for the Greek around the year 280 BC. Another common thing was the constant state of war between the different Greek cities. The city we are going to visit now is Rhodes, located on the island with the same name, also known for housing one of the most impressive wonders of the ancient world, the Colossus of Rhodes. It is known that in the year 304 BC, the town of Rhodes was attacked by King Demetrius of Cyprus. His army had colossal war machines known as Helepolis, the takers of cities. Huge siege towers built on boats. They were 45 meters high and took 200 soldiers to move. When under attack, the soldiers from Rhodes managed to trap one of these towers by digging a moat and filling it with water. Trapping the tower in the mud, defeated, Demetria withdrew his forces, leaving the tower behind. To honor their patron, Helios, god of the sun, the people of Rhodes built a statue in homage using the siege tower as base, covering it in the bronze of the weapons left by the attackers, a grandiose symbol of their lively port. The statue stood for 54 years until 226 BC, when an earthquake caused its partial destruction. The Colossus fell on its knees, but for 800 more years, it continued to amaze. In AD 653, an Arab force under Muslim command captured the city, melted the statue, and sold the bronze to a Jew who needed 900 camels to carry it. Many believe that this scene resembles the metaphor of Nebuchadnezzar's dream, the destruction of a giant statue with thighs made of bronze.
Well, I'm glad I tried that out. I don't know if I would buy that or recommend buying it, because it is several years old and it kind of does show its age now. But in any case, it was in my library. I wanted to give it a test out, and I figured, hey, might as well share the gameplay with you guys. And with that, I just want to wish you all good health and happiness. And until next time, my friends, peace.